My name is Amber Reed, R-E-I-D, birthday 12/27/90. I'm turning 32, but like I'm almost positive my like mental age, like my brain is stuck at 17. I'm actually starving, so okay, yes, I troll. Whatever, Trollin has entered the chat. I'm totally fine with a clickbait title because you guys know I love me a clickbait title. You're not paying attention to your health, you don't care about your health, you don't care about your body, you want to die, you could have ate healthy, chose not to, do you really need to go on vacation, you need to buy health insurance instead. I just don't want to hear it.
No one cares!
Hey guys, guten Abend aus Deutschland, good evening from Germany. Actually, I'm at a point where I feel that neither Amber nor Chantal have deserved their own video, plus they're turning in circles. And so before we get to my commentary on their latest vlogs, let me just point out that they're watching each other and that they're using each other's ideas. Both, of course, being totally desperate, their views going down, and weight loss being non-existent. They're eating themselves straight to the early grave. And so what we have in front of us here is on the left Amber's channel, and on the right Chantal's channel, and look what they did. 2 days ago, I think it was Chantal first that posted having a hard time, that last hurrah mukbang, and exactly 2 days ago too, but a little bit behind Chantal, Amber posted I'm having a hard time, of course dragging her mother some more, throwing her under the bus for her crimes that she's committed. Not just how she puts it 20 years ago, but even recently, you know, a few years ago. And so, yeah, they haven't really deserved any of our attention anymore, but I'm gonna check into Amber's latest and then into, of course, another mukbang of Chantal because she can't stop stuffing her face. And, okay, so Amber first. Of course, using full body for the thumbnail, the clickbait. And the title of the latest vlog is Bashing My Parents, starting a new weight loss series, and Dr. Pepper taste test. Bashing her parents, there's nothing she can say. She's not credible anymore. And so anything that she could say about this topic is just going to be lies, and her trying to talk her way out of what she's done. Starting a new weight loss series, of course, is bullshit. We can already tell because she's not interested in losing weight, and she's not watching her weight, and she confirms it in the last bit of the title, and that is Dr. Pepper taste test. I personally cannot count how often I watched her shove a Dr. Pepper in her face. It makes no difference if it's diet or not. That girl knows what it tastes like, and so she's just doing that for the feeders. The whole thing is 14.5 minutes long. Let's see what she desperately lies about in this one.
Hello, hello.
Hey. So, a few inches of greasy roots and lying down on her pillow mountain. That's to be expected.
Welcome to a new vlog. I don't know why my pillows are literally just thrown everywhere on my couch.
Well, the pillows I don't care so much about, but the inches of greasy hair are a little bit concerning, but then again, we're used to it.
This is how it is for today, so do not mind that. So I do want to start off this vlog by answering a question that's been floating around, which I understand, so I do want to answer it. And I just realized I forgot to put on earrings today, so...
You also forgot to take a shower. That's why you look disgusting, but go ahead.
I need to do that. Probably just gonna put on some hoops as per usual.
Yeah, because washing hair is not so important, but putting on jewelry, we get it. Also the makeup part. I don't get it, guys. If I was not freshly showered, I wouldn't even bother putting on makeup and earrings, you know, and jewelry, but she's got twisted priorities here.
But so people are asking, like, why did I decide to talk about my mom's record? Because this has been a rumor that's been floating around for a while.
No, it's not a rumor. It's something you put out on the internet. You were talking badly about both of your parents and your brother and your aunt and your grandmother on your channel, just to, boost the views. And now you're paying for it, and there's absolutely no way you can talk your way out of it.
It's because the topic reached my mom. It finally reached her.
She knew that she had a rap sheet as long as my arm, so why did that topic finally reach your mom? Your mom didn't even care enough to check her own public records, even though she is in connection with a 600-pounder eating themselves to death, which means the public eye is on her daughter and she doesn't care about her rap sheet. That is public. That is kind of sounding like it's her lack of responsibility.
And it never reached her until recently, until she was on my video for like less than a second.
Yeah, but I'm thinking you need to drop that topic now. It's bad enough that you brought it up again. Refresh the knowledge of the masses that your mom is a criminal, has committed a lot of crimes. I mean, is kind of, you know, we can discuss for a few hours if a criminal can change or not, especially when there's violence involved. But yeah, she's brought it up, and so it's her fault people are talking about her.
So I think maybe a year ago she might have heard about it in passing. It didn't mean much to her
Yeah, why do you keep shaking your head? And also, why are we listening to this BS?
because she thought it was just like a rumor. Rumors are formed all the time. But
But if she had checked her rap sheet that is public, she would have seen that it's not a rumor, that it's actually people talking about what she's done, crimes that she's committed, right? But it doesn't seem like the Reed family is on the high IQ spectrum, if you know what I'm saying.
since now, you hear her voice on my video, you saw her face, it started to reach her a little bit more. And not only that, but like we physically finally saw the record and none of it was
Oh, finally. So it took for Amber to have a following on the internet and them talking about it for her mother to realize her record is public. What?
adding up for us because at first we thought it was literally just a rumor. And then eventually it became okay, it must be a different person with her name because that does happen. It has happened before.
Oh, okay, and that's why you came on camera and said that we got the wrong person, and her mother never did that, even though half of that crime that she was accused of, or no, one of the two crimes that she was accused of, she actually did do. And guys, I'm just going by what is spread on the internet here. I'm not saying anybody is lying, except for Amber, of course, nonstop. I'm not saying anybody's lying, but I still don't think it is possible for a stranger, for a person that is completely not, um, not related to Amber, can call the courthouse and say, hey, that public record you got out there on that, Amberlyn Reed's mother, um, is that crime really correct, or was there a typo? Like, what? What? Do you know what I'm saying? And maybe if Amber's mom had called, if that was the version we're being sold here, if then I would, be tempted to believe it, but not with a complete stranger calling the courthouse. Nope. Mm-mm.
People have similar names. Like I told you guys about the story when I lived in Tucson, Arizona. I got a ride from a cop and then he looked up my name on his little thingy and then he was like, you have a warrant
Honest little thingy, said the 13-year-old. Oh.
out for your arrest or something like that. And I'm like, no. But then he found out my birthday and realized that is not the right Amber Reed. So it's just people share similar names. It happens. So that's
Yeah, it does happen, but in yours and your mom's case, it was definitely your mom that committed the crime, so please stop talking about it. Are you just trying to get people to continue talking about it because it's getting boring at this point? It was actually boring when it recently resurfaced because we all knew what she was accused of.
why I came on here. It finally just reached my mom more. And
Okay, but why talk about your mom? Your mom is I'm not interested in her mom at all, because her mom is most likely the one that made Amber this way. And so we can all figure what kind of a mother she was, taking into consideration what Amber said. But Amber, then again, is always lying. And so I have absolutely no interest in what Amber's mom has done and what she is thinking or feeling now.
She's more a part of my life now, and we just had to make it very clear that that did
Oh, she's more of a bigger part of your life now because you've driven your life against the wall. You had to tuck tail and move to where your relatives are, and yet none of them are to be seen in your vlogs because they're probably all painfully aware of the fact that you've used them for monetary gain for over a decade now.
not happen. And I know some people are still really confused. Well, to
Don't worry about who's confused out here. You are so confused that you don't even know when to keep food out of your mouth. So let's all agree that you should be working on your own confusion first and set some priorities, huh?
make it really short, there is a YouTube channel which I recently found out. Her name is Sam. We called the court place. The court place said, actually, no, this is an error. So my mom's
I still, no offense to anybody out there outside of just Amber and Chantal, but I'm not buying it. It seems set up to me, or not the truth.
court papers or records or whatever it's called is now fixed because of this person, Sam. So it's like, wow, thank you. Like, we do owe you a lot of like gratitude for that.
Okay, so like, why don't you get in touch with that person that you believe has actually called the courthouse and is not lying about it now? Why are we all listening to this shit? Because you want to keep the ball going and you want to continue to throw your mom under the bus. Stop talking about her criminal records.
Because my mom never knew that this was truly on her record until just recently.
Yeah, but that is kind of your mom, not worrying about anything concerning her records, I guess.
So we do say thank you, honestly.
And she shook her head as she said, we do say thank you. She's just bringing this up for monetary gain.
I know it was meant to be about the drama and about the tea of it all, but it became more like deeper than that, especially for
More deeper than that, dude.
my mom and for me. It's been rough, but that is the only reason.
Yeah, it's been really rough. I can tell because you've been gaining weight. Your face is getting rounder and rounder with every vlog that you post. Now you're laying sideways on your pillow mountain, so we can tell it's been rough on you.
Reason why I finally talked about it. And a lot of people are also saying, like, you have spent 10 years on YouTube bashing your family.
That is correct.
I have never, ever bashed my parents.
That is another lie. And so you are still not able to tell the truth or own up to any of your mistakes. You probably don't see it as a mistake because in the last vlog, you said that you had permission from your parents or your family to talk about them. And so not only did you bash them, now you're lying about that. And if I had any more interest in you, I would line up the clips now, but I'm not going to. It's clear at this point she can't tell the truth.
That is something I want to make very clear.
Oh yeah, make it very clear that you're still a liar and you still can't admit to any wrongdoing on your channel. Okay, let's move on.
I have shared part of my story, though. I have shared things that have impacted me that my parents have done, which is a normal thing to do.
You could have said, okay, so they were drug addicts, but you shared stories, detailed stories, and I'm tempted. I'm gonna put one clip in, and that is when you bashed your grandmother.
I moved in with my grandma with my mom, and my grandma was so, oh my god. She would lie about having cancer, and she would lie about everything, and she was cheating on my grandpa. It was just a mess, like a hardcore mess. My mom was rarely there, and I had to deal with some issues with my grandpa that I do not want to talk about. It was kind of traumatizing, to be honest.
And that is not just stating what happened from your point of view, that is clearly bashing them. And so, yeah, she has clearly no concept of what it means to be bashing your own family, or she just doesn't identify with having done it, even though she cashed a YouTube check every single time her views went up because she was throwing family members under the bus. And so here we are.
I've never came at it from a disrespectful way.
Oh, you did when you call relatives crazy, and yeah, what ifs? You have lied. We know about it, or not lied is not what I'm trying to say. You have thrown relatives under the bus over and over again, including your father, that he keeps popping up as he's in critical condition. He's at the hospital. Also, recently, you've outed him as still being an active drug addict. And so you've been doing it. You've just recently done it. And now you're using your mom to continue this cheap high school play. And so, yeah, if she doesn't stop talking about it soon, I'm going to cut her off and move on.
And it's like, I look back now and it's like, even if I did come at it like from a disrespectful way in any regard, like I sort of had a right. I'm not.
Oh, okay. So she's not admitting to doing it, but if she did do it, she had the right. No, she did not. But then again, you see her, I mean, on her channel, it's pretty much a staple that she drinks, she overeats, she uses drugs and abuses drugs, and so she's not clear-minded in every one of her vlogs. And so she has no idea what she's doing. This is just a shit show continuing until she croaks.
Gonna lie to you. Like I've been through a lot, but as a 33-year-old woman,
Woman, you are a middle schooler that speaks like a middle schooler and cannot focus on anything for longer than a few seconds, you know.
accept apologies and move on.
Oh, you've accepted apologies, but you still have not apologized to your family for throwing them under the bus for over a decade now. That's rich. I hope they're all watching.
Do some of these things still impact me to this day? Yes, we have
Most of us have had a rough childhood and still we're not out here bashing our families, right?
recently seen that. Like the whole thing with like my mom's records like coming up, like the reaction channel who originally did this is Jordy. And I know he's watching this too. Hello, hello. Y'all.
Oh, she's so, I don't know, arrogant. Why does she assume that he's still watching her? One of the things that I heard of him was that he stopped reacting to her. I'm not sure what happened in the meantime, that he came back, but yeah, I guess it's a step in the right direction that she actually mentions the reaction channels she's talking about as opposed to not doing that and have people guess because that's all she has.
Also listed off things that happened when I was a child. And that to me triggered me. It brought me back to those memories that I tried to avoid at all costs.
Oh, at all costs, huh? But still, you're in touch with your mom. Instead of having like good conversations with her and actually actively working on dealing with the past, you guys are out there playing bingo, going to the casino, overeating at restaurants, drinking alcohol, vaping. Yeah, but do I need to go on? Or, maybe you should focus on your own life and not always spread it out for the internet to look at it because it's not a good life, Amber. Let's just call a spade a spade. You're 33 years old. You still haven't accomplished anything. You have not even been able to, let's just say, outside successes like, having a successful career or whatever, would be worth pursuing in your case. But you've grown that body into a size that is alarming to most people out here now. And even though you didn't do anything to be successful in other aspects of life, you're still sitting on your ass, just not being able to work on your past. I mean, I don't know many 33-year-olds or 40-year-olds that still use their past for their current behavior and their continued addictions. As a matter of fact, come to think of it, I don't know any at all.
Which is probably a bad thing, but it is what it is. So things from my past still do affect me, obviously. I
That's called being a human being, and we all do that. I don't know why you think you're special in that way.
think that's normal, and I have done a lot of therapy, and
But you should be in therapy right now instead of running that mouth for minutes on end. We're at 4 minutes already, and she's still talking about the same topic.
even in my most recent successful therapy sessions, like
You haven't had one successful therapy session because otherwise we would have seen any kind of change, a positive change in your life, and we haven't seen one. You in this vlog you have shown or proven to us that you can't even own up to bashing your own family for monetary gain on your YouTube channel, and so nothing's changed. No therapy session was successful.
healing from something doesn't mean it's still not going to impact you in some way. Like,
Yeah, okay, but eating yourself to 600 pounds is kind of hardcore, and maybe you should work on not doing that anymore, using food as a crutch and numbing your feelings nonstop. Work on your problems. Don't just use them for monetary gain and for clickbait, but actually work on them.
you're a human, you have emotions, you have a heart, you have feelings.
So do we out here, and we don't flaunt our addictions on the internet.
You have memories. Like your body keeps a score, your body's going to remember.
Yeah, exactly. And even when you lie about your weight for years on end to your audience that is paying your bills, it still doesn't mean that your body doesn't know its true weight and that your heart doesn't know what you're doing to it on a daily basis.
And so are your emotions and feelings. Sorry, I'm literally just rambling, but I
Yeah,
just want to make it very clear. I've never bashed my family. That's not
you have, and now we're moving on because now you're just repeating the lie from the beginning. She's still flapping about the criminal records and the history of her family. And what I find remarkable is that she just admitted to mentioning on her channel that her dad, her parents and her brother were in prison. And that is nothing to be discussed on the internet. I mean, if somebody was actually master of their mental capacities, then they wouldn't be doing that. But I checked on, before I started this reaction, I checked on her social blade, and it looks like she's bought another 1,000 subscribers. And so 233,000 people in her head are listening to this bullshit, even though it's only, what, 20,000 a day, which is a joke compared to the amount of subscribers she has. But hey, she feels like a celebrity, and so she feels like she should be talking about the criminal records of her entire family. And yeah, why not, right? Now she's saying that she's only talking about these things because recently people have requested that of her, and that is not true. Anybody that knows her and that has watched a few videos of her knows that she is a cautionary tale, and she should not be asked for advice because she still has not figured out how to even keep food out of her mouth. She has not managed to do that, and so she has no place to give anybody advice, and her story is not one that we can learn from because there's no improvement. There's her apparently having had a childhood. Well, join the fucking club, because most of us have had a rough childhood, and we're still working on the consequences of that on a daily basis. But she hasn't done anything to improve her life, and she hasn't done anything to stop using her past as an excuse why she has so many addictions that she's not working on. Seems like Wasabi has come out of hiding for a minute so that Amber can whip out her camera and say this is a daily thing, her brushing him. Yeah, right. From the looks of his fur, it looks like Amber has sweaty hands and she's petting him because look how curly his fur is. Ew. Those poor animals. Yeah, she won't stop holding him even though he wants to get down. Look at his face. His eyes, that is so sad. And the next segment.
hello, good morning. I am mid makeup. I only have foundation and I did my eyebrows just
Yeah, the clown makeup.
a little bit, but I just wanted to say hello. This is my way of coming out of my comfort zone right now because I know I look like an actual freak. I look like a freak.
Okay, and still you show yourself on camera that way? Okay.
I used to come on here all the time without makeup on and looking just, however I wanted to look.
Yeah, and nothing's changed. I don't see what has changed here. You're also known for being the person that has swamp ass and that doesn't take care of their physical hygiene and sits down with a towel wrapped around her dry hair and pretending to have taken a shower, you know?
Rise and shine right out of bed. But I don't know. I haven't been doing that lately. I want to say like 96, 97% of the time I am, my hair is done.
Right, we've seen that in recent vlogs.
Have my makeup done. But
Yeah, and the inches of greasy roots, we've seen those too.
even in the beginning of this vlog, I noticed I wasn't even looking fully the greatest, but I am who I am. So hi, welcome to a new day. It is the next day from yesterday. I'm gonna finish my makeup. I'm gonna get dressed. I'm going to let my
Okay, see you then. The announcements don't do anything for me. Oh, she wants to do an Amazon haul. I'm gonna just chop through it. And a food journal. Yeah, I don't know what that is supposed to do. Oh, there's some more filler content. Now she's reading out of the food journal what kind of information you can put in there. For example, calories, which she's not counting, so I am not sure why she got herself one too. Seems like she bought her mom one and then she wanted one too, and so she got herself one and now she's flapping about it.
I weighed myself. I've gained a couple pounds.
That is a big shocker. Um, we can see you. We have eyes in our heads that make it possible for us to perceive information and then process it in our brains. I know you're not really familiar with the concept, but we can tell that you have been gaining a lot of weight since 2023 and you're still not coming clean on it. I mean, trying to make us believe that you had lost 40 pounds is an absolute joke. And of course, confirmation for us again that you cannot tell the truth to save your soul.
Definitely
Or your channel for that matter.
from like emotional eating. It has happened. I've just been going through like a little rough patch.
Yeah, you and Chantal are always going through rough patches, and so I'm just gonna move on because I'm not gonna give her the opportunity to complain about her life some more when so many of us have so many more challenges than she does, and still we don't give up the way she does on a daily basis. Now she's thinking about doing another weight loss series. It better not be weight loss surgery, or I'm gonna dig up all the clips and I'm gonna send them directly to YouTube and have her channel maybe a little audited, because this is getting ridiculous. So she's probably going to use that food journal, which I don't get. These women can eat themselves to death all they want, but they need to start standing behind it and stay off camera, because this is nothing that belongs on the internet to eat yourself into an early grave. I mean, she's only 33. I imagine at that time my daughter was 6 years old. Wow, and she's about to croak because she can't stop stuffing her face. It's ridiculous at this point. So she bought herself a deck of playing cards, noted, and they're super cute. Look at her background, looks like she's at an old folks home, doesn't it? I mean, that in connection with the thought of her only doing old folk stuff and now having a deck of playing cards in her hands. I mean, not bashing people that like playing cards, you know what I mean. Okay, so these cards are supposed to help her fall asleep. I know something that would help you fall asleep, and that is a clean conscience, which you're never gonna have because just earlier in this vlog you lied several times about throwing your whole family under the bus. And what would also help is you going for walks and being physically active and not just sitting on your swamp ass, playing bingo, sitting at the casino, sitting at the restaurants, but actually moving that swamp butt, We're not missing anything. Now she's listing off all the shows that she watches online because it, I don't know. I don't want to keep saying that I'm right, but I know she is sitting on her ass all day long. And of course, she has the time, but to list off all the shows that she watches online frequently, of course, it's just a giveaway. But she needs filler content, it appears. We are 10, no, almost 11 minutes into the video, and all she's done is talking about bashing her relatives on the internet for monetary gain, and now showing merchandise into the camera. That is it. She's getting bigger and bigger. Look at this. I don't know why the filters are not working anymore, but that is bad.
Of it, so I'm trying to figure that.
Yeah, homegirl is having problems. She got herself a tripod. Finally, after almost 11 years on YouTube. I cannot count the wasted minutes where she was just switching arms every few seconds and you get seasick. She could have easily just put it in front of her, but I don't know, maybe that never crossed her mind, and so now she's trying to understand what the tripod does, and she does it, of course, on airtime because she needs content. So she's finally managed to put it up.
That was more difficult than I thought it was gonna be because
Well, because you're not as smart as you think you are.
the actual tripod got stuck. It was like a whole thing, and then I couldn't figure out how to make it longer, and then
Oh, and you sound so bored. How come you sound so bored? Are you bored, Amber? Are you so bored that you think that any minute, even though it's just boring, it's gonna count as quality content? Is that what you think, Amber? I don't know.
shorter. I don't know, but okay. Now I have a
Dude,
and I have cards to play. Oh my god. I also am about to order some food. I'm craving some salmon and
Oh, of course you're gonna order some food, so we're gonna move on because that face stuffer here is just not going to change. I'm just showing this part because she's moving away from the camera and showing her whole body.
have it. And not only did they have it, but they also had it in 0. So it's 0 calories. I'm also gonna have me a little salami and cheese and
Yeah, of course, sodium, because why not? Now she looks high. She looks high. A little taste test that was clear when we saw the feeder necklace on. And there it is, the stare at the viewfinder as she is putting the phallus-shaped object closer to her mouth.
let's see. Whoa.
Yeah, it's always 10 out of 10, so we're moving on. And another timestamp for us to report her for.
Like it's overpowering the Dr. Pepper.
Overpowering. Your taste buds are shot. What are you talking about? Yeah, so she's high and she's got nothing new, so her channel is not going to recover from this. I'm out on to Chantal. So she still has her bathing cap on and she titles the new vlog Tuna Sub Sandwich Chatty Mukbang, which I don't know why she calls them chatty mukbangs because she barely has anything to say. Right off the bat, it looks like a foot long that she's probably gonna completely eat in that vlog because she has not lost any weight either. And on the side, of course, she said she's only gonna drink water from now on, but and no more juices and even diet cokes or beverages. And she has a full-blown Coke, the probably Kuwaiti version of Coke, sitting next to her. So and the best tuna sub, I don't know if she can tell, but then again, not to be mean or anything, but she's probably had all kinds of tunas in those 40 years of hers. But let's see what she wanted to talk about in this video. And there she is with her pajama on and her bathing cap.
Hi guys, assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to another video.
What a slap in the face. She is flaunting gluttony on her channel and she's greeting people like that. But hey.
So today I have Substop.
Are you going to explain why you're still not on a diet, why you still don't care about diabetes or not so much?
Substop, not Subway. Not to be confused with Subway though, the food is pretty much very much the same.
No, she should know.
Except this is local.
Substar.
And I have a Kinza Cola from Saudi Arabia.
No explanation, just continues to go with the high caloric foods and beverages.
And this is...
Of course, chips, because why not? As she's picking the lint and the cat hairs from her eyelashes, she's explaining what's on the sandwich, because that really makes a difference. Basically, this meal is everything a diabetic should not have. It just continues to flaunt her addiction on her channel. Yeah, that is what gets you to 500 pounds, Chantal. And you seem happy about it. Sometimes I get a vibe from Amber and Chantal, like the fatter they get, the happier they are, because they're closer to death, you know, and so there must be some subconscious death wish, because they're just struggling and they're in pain all day long. Yeah, she's still eating like a pig. Apparently we haven't missed anything. That is still ongoing. Check out her sleeve. The one on the right, looking at it from our point of view.
Ah, my pajamas.
Sitting there with her pajamas on, having one mukbang after another. Dudes. Oh, she's wondering what an onion tastes like. It's ridiculous what these girls use for content. Alright, so as expected, she's just stuffing face. No explanation why she's given up on any kind of diet that she was never on to start off with. She's drinking Coke. She's eating salt-laden and greasy food with lots of calories. And so I am done with that. And so I'm just going to play the video sped up while I'm saying the following. It is pretty easy to summarize what Amber and Chantal are doing. They're not on a weight loss journey. They're not concerned about what they consume. They keep getting bigger, and that's what I've been saying for years. Because they don't come off as, like when they're talking about new weight loss ideas, they never come off as that they mean it, but more that they're just saying it to string people along. There's no sincerity, no authenticity, and so they're just trying to get by with doing the bare minimum, just continuing to overeat on a daily basis and not move their bodies at all, and that's how they're going to go out. And so this is it for me for today. Thank you for listening to this, and let me know what you think, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.